Okay, so today guys we're going to do peanuts hacking, and so I thought I'd just try and video as much of it as I can from start to finish. There will be some breaks in it though guys, because I've got to get in and out of the car and turn the car around and open gates and all the rest of it, so I will let it run as much as I can. But it is early doors on Tuesday morning, and as always Nick's here and prepared before me, but he was absolutely filthy. Peanut was this morning. I think he's had a poo party. To be honest, it's been warmer, so we've taken his rugs off, so he's actually just had what was going to start off just washing his stains off. He's had a bit of a shower, so if he looks wet guys, that's why. So Peanut is, as you can see, registered Appaloosa. If I'm repeating myself guys and you've seen this info anywhere before, you'll just have to shut your ears. But I haven't done too much in the way of voiceover even, info on this lad. So, hang on, just go around the corner. So he is 51, he's 9 years old, obviously registered Appaloosa. Do you know what, you can see his speckles more because he's wet. When he's dry, he's actually looks quite grey, but you can see all his spots, speckled spots now. He's a real fun all-rounder guys. He's done everything. Super little jump horse as well. He excels at cross country, hacks out on his own, obviously in company. There's some bits and bobs of videos from previous owner riding through the water. You can see that he's chilling on a fairly loose rein behind, or he's happy trotting up the road on his own as well. You can see that. We ride him in snaffle. Actually, I'm telling you a lie there, it's French link. We ride him in a French link, just because that's on the bridle. He's been good. He's so easy to keep. You don't actually know you've got him. He's super chilled and just very easy to deal with. You don't even know you've got him, to be honest. Whether he's in the stable or out in the field, he goes on the horse walker. He's got no neighbour at the minute. He's just got that one next door but one. But he's not bothered about anything like that. You can take the horses away from him. He's not a stressy type. Very sweet natured. I think you'll go a long way to find a horse with a better nature, to be fair. It's really easy, isn't it, to do?
Really easy.
Very polite. Right guys, we're just gonna Nick's just gonna get herself sorted. I'll click it off and then back on as we're getting on to go. Right. So Nick's got her ever trusted, yeah, mountain black. Just down. Oh, do you know what? You've put your noseband round his cheek piece this side. Sorry, I've just noticed it.
So professional. Oh.
Got all the professionalism this morning.
College did me well.
Say again.
So college did me well.
Yeah. Do you know what? I always think this is a dirty mark on his face. It's his colouring, isn't it?
Chair don't fail me now.
Chair don't fail. Do you know what? It's really good to stand there because that chair, it pops. Yeah, they don't actually love that chair, do they?
No.
Are you going that way, Nick?
That was straight for you.
Oh. You scrubbed his hair behind your saddle. It looks like he's got a bit of a bedhead. Yeah, so you might dry on this hack actually. I think it's always good, guys, to see him leaving the yard from, well, leaving the stable actually. Oh, hang on. As I say, bear with us. Don't know how professional the videoing will do because I've got to get in and out of vehicles, and but you get the gist of it. Oh. Bear with, guys. You know what? He's a great little horse. He really is. Let me just try and clean the wing. It's been just dusty and yeah. Sorry, it's not the best vision, is it? But you can see quite happily off the yard, out on his own. Polite drivers this morning. As you all know, especially on country lanes as well, it's hit and miss what drivers you get. You know, sometimes you get really polite drivers and considerate drivers, and you know, you do run the risk of, because you're on obviously sort of narrow and blind bends, that you do get them whizzing round quite a lot, yeah. So you have got to have horses that you very much trust, especially when you're hacking out alone. But you know, I just think hacking out is it's fundamentally one of the most, you know, everybody's requirement really. Everybody at some point wants to tack up and go out hacking, and I know that not everybody hacks out alone. You know, I know that it's not always safe and it's not preferenced by everybody, but we do really try and make sure that that is one box that our horses most definitely tick. And some horses hack alone better than others, you know, we know all of that. A lot of horses need a rider's reassurance. That's perfectly acceptable. But when I see one that is very happy to go alone, without necessarily needing too much reassurance from a rider, you know, I just think it says a lot. And a horse like Peanut is very much a workhorse. He enjoys his work. You know, I'm very careful on what I say on these descriptions, because people literally hold you to every word. And as we know, horses are horses. But I would be very happy to, you know, if I was going to go and do some long distance or some endurance type riding, anything like that, I would be extremely happy to take this horse, because, you know, he's nicely forward. He wants to take you on a ride. He wants to go out riding. He wants to go and do some work. And especially, you know, if you're going on a long distance, you don't want to have to be putting him a bigger shift than your horse, if you get what I'm saying. But at the same time, you don't want something that's, you know, really silly. Oh, good boy, straight past the lorry. yeah, so as I was saying, I don't know where I quite got up to there, guys. So yeah, you did definitely get the video past the lorry, but I'm not sure where I got up to with the talking just before that, just before the phone went off. So hopefully you've missed none of what I was saying, because I didn't realise that it wasn't just continue recording. When I get a call coming through now, guys, I don't actually have to cut off the phone. That's a new thing that I've done. I don't have to cut off the phone, but it does just pause the video. So if that paused there and you've missed some of what I was saying, what I was saying is I'm very careful on what I say on these videos, because people very often just sort of hold you, you know, like it's gospel basically. But you know, I would be happy to use this horse for your sort of long distance type riding, or you know, even if you just want to go on a nice long hack, because you definitely don't want to be working harder than your horse. You want them to want to work and take you, really. Right, I'm going to drive past him here, because this is where we're going to go and get a canter. So bear with for a second, because there's nothing much to see here. So I'm just going to pop it off and I'll be back on in 1 second. Right guys, I'm out the car now. We're going to have our sneaky little open space canter. Oh, just go up to the left, Nick. Don't have to go far, just to show him just in the open space. There we go. Look at that, straight off. He is so much fun, this horse, guys. Literally so much fun. Yeah, I just love him because, you know, he's just been minding his own business, plodding up the road, and then straight out in the open space. And also what I like to see as well, how they walk back towards home. I think that's interesting, you know, that's a good thing to see as well, because as you all know, those that are sort of on horses that hot up very easily, they'd be jog trotting and getting excited, especially when you've given them a little taste of a bit of a fun time there. But bearing in mind, guys, you know, we've got a completely plain Cavison bridle on this horse. I said he's so much fun, you can just press your button, go for a canter. Right. Okay, I'll catch up, Nick. Right, bear with, guys. I'm gonna have to just stop again. Right. Let's jump back in my car. Yeah, so much fun, this horse. And as I was saying before, you know, I think he'd be great out on sort of longer distance rides or anything like that, because he just enjoys his work, you know. He likes to work. But what I like about him is so easy in the stable. It's so easy to do and have around the yard. You literally do not know you've got him. He's just a complete pleasure. Just bear with, guys, because I know there's a car coming. Yeah, he's just a complete pleasure, this horse. And you know, he's not been ridden in 3 days, and we've got I mean, we've got like a little paddock that they can go in for an hour, but nobody's allowed yet out on the fields and things, so he's on no turnout at the minute here. And straight out, tacked up, Nick foot in the stirrup on the wobbly chair, and straight out on this hack. You know, I can't fault his behaviour. I really can't fault his behaviour. You know, he's just he's just been absolute superb. He really has. I mean, you can see for yourself, like I've left the camera running. Obviously I've had bits where I've had to get in and out of cars and whatever, and but you know, you can see him fresh from being tacked up and from the stable. As I say, you know, hacking it's the part that everybody wants to do. Whatever you do in between hacking, it's whatever, you know, everybody wants to do. So to have a horse you can get on and go out on easily without no fuss, to me is it's just imperative, really. It just really is. You know, it is a big tick that our horses have to, a big box that our horses have to tick. You know, as I was saying earlier, he's done a bit of everything. Super jump on him. He's got a great jump. He is forward, but he's sensible. He's nice. You know, he's not silly. We found absolutely no vices with this horse whatsoever. What you see on camera is exactly what you get. I've had quite a few people asking, is he suitable for a novice? I mean, behaviour, he does nothing wrong. He's absolutely great, but he'd be too forward for a sort of very novice rider. But certainly somebody who wants a horse that you can just go and pop your tack on and go out and have a bit of fun, or just go out hacking, or whatever you want to do, load him up, whatever it is you want to do, he's great. And it's so hard, you know, to find horses of his size and his age. And you know, everybody loves a gelding. I'm not personally, it doesn't matter to me whether the mares or geldings, and I'm actually a mare fan, but it doesn't matter to me. But geldings are actually the more popular sex. They are. So yeah, to find 15-1, 9 years old gelding, and honestly we have not, as I say, we found not any issues with this horse whatsoever. What you see on the camera is everything that we see. I've got some cracking cross-country photos and stuff from previous home that actually shows his jump off to a T. Well, horses like him, and horses, especially the horses we've had recently as well, we've had some lovely horses, they just make our life so very easy, really. All as we've got to do is video them and show them to you guys. I mean, they are sort of going like hotcakes, guys. They just are. And we don't have the volume that other people perhaps do. I can't find them, I'll be honest. I can't find them at all. So, you know, when we do have them, you know, just know that we searched high and low for them. But on this little hack as well, guys, we hack, you know, we're going away from home, so you see that, which is absolutely so important, that you can see that they happily leave their yard and hack away from home. It's not like just sort of a random spot in the middle of a hack that you see them. I think it's very important that you see their attitude on leaving the yard, absolutely. But also, equally as important, this hack, we just hack to where there, obviously just to show you guys, and then we canter them in a huge field, hundreds of acres of field, and then we expect them to just hack home nice and chilled. I just think it's a big ask, you know, I really do. So and I think you can see for yourself. But yeah, I've done a lot of waffling on now. So apologise, I'm not sure where it paused, and I'm sorry if I have repeated myself, but other than that, I think we've been pretty plain sailing. Okay, there's lots more videos to see of him, but thank you. I'll just keep the camera rolling until she's turned away. One-handed, by the way. I don't know if you could see that. Thanks, guys. not watching this attached to the hacking video, what you won't know is what I have said on the hacking, that he's not been ridden for 3 days. This is him fresh out of the stable. He's been out on a little hack that is probably, what, I don't know what it is, maybe 15 minutes or something, just hacking to be able to show you him. But you can just see how lovely actually he is. He's a great size for Nick. Nick's 5'4", 5'5", probably 5'5" actually, and she's got plenty between her stirrups and below her stirrups. You know, he's got quite a good girth on him. He's a cracking size at 15'1". Let me just zoom in a little bit, and you can see that actually there's more strings to this horse's bow than just going out hacking and jumping. He actually will ride quite nicely on the flat as well. And you know, as I say, this is from 3 days in the stable not being worked. He is forward going, you can see that, guys, but you know, that's not a disadvantage, that's an advantage in my opinion. We love the horses that are slightly more forward thinking because they just make our job easy, because we don't have to work. We're not working twice as hard as the horse. I mean, we absolutely love our sort of heavy cobs and the ones that are that little bit more laid back, but you know, they're great, and it's courses for horses at the end of the day. But just look, he is a workhorse, he enjoys his work. We have not been able to fault him. He's not worked in here, has he? No. This arena we don't come in that often, mainly because it's black and it makes the horse's legs dirty, I'll be honest. But you do find that they are a little bit spooky in here. We've got the mirrors up, and you know, it's outside of the yard as such. So he's come straight in here, and he does, you know, that's the great thing about him. So here he is, working nicely after 3 days of not being ridden. He's a beautiful looking horse, he really is. Just look, he's got quite an easy contact on him, snaffle mouth. You can see that there's a little bit of slack in the contact. He's beautiful, and he's got the lovely brown legs. Just have one more change around, Nick. He's got the lovely brown legs as well, because there's a picture of him in his passport of when he was a foal. He's like full chestnut with like the blanket spot appaloosa across his bum. He's just really pleasant and polite horse, this horse. That's probably a good word to describe him. He's just really pleasant, isn't he? Yeah. He is. He's very inoffensive. He's very honest. He's very genuine. We found him to be an absolute beautiful horse to have around. You can leave the stable door open, the dogs run in and out, horses in and out, like obviously not in and out his stable, but in and out the yard, and he just doesn't bother. Just let him have a walk, Nick. Sorry, I didn't mean to just leave you trotting round and round and round while I'm thinking on. There you go, working absolutely beautifully this morning.